Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
And for our yogis that are here, if you can hear me okay and see me, give us a thumbs up this morning.
The connection, okay?
Yes. I don't know if I can see. Well, oh yeah, I can see you.
I can move that.
All right, so students, Chelsea will be doing some intensification of various poses, whereas I will be offering some variations of lower intensity due to a knee surgery that I had. So if you're on Instagram, make sure that you check out Chelsea. And if you're with us here on Facebook, just listen to the cues as I won't be doing some of the poses on the left side. And if you're just getting here on Instagram, let us know your name, if there's any areas of the body you want to work on this morning. But our focus will be our hips. So let's go ahead and lie down on your back. And again, you can grab a blanket, you can grab a pillow from your bed. Good morning to those just joining us on Facebook. Yeah, we can still see you, Chelsea. Awesome. And when you find that comfortable spot on your back, close your eyes. Close your lips. And start to breathe exclusively through your nose. The nose is blocked for any reason. Maybe put a slight space between the lips. But work to breathe through the nose so you start to feel the warmth and coolness of your breath. Right above your top lip. Starting to tune out everything outside of your body, everything outside of your yoga mat, whatever room you're practicing in. And tuning into what's going on inside of you. By starting to feel and become aware of your breath. Just feel it as it moves into the rings of your nostrils as you breathe in. And feel it as it warmly flows out of your nostrils as you breathe out. And as we flow today, keep in mind and feel and even try to hear the flow of your breath. Sometimes our brains can be so busy, focused on so many other things. Think of focusing on your breath as training your brain, strengthening it breath by breath as we cultivate this laser sharp focus inwards. Take 5 more breaths in through your nose and out through your nose as you lie on your back. you're just joining us, we're laying down, breathing on our backs, working to bring our attention inwards and let go of everything externally, outside of the body, outside of our control. And on your next breath in, go ahead, slide your right foot up your left thigh. So place the inside of your right foot right on the inside of your left thigh while lying down on your back. So your feet will be like this, or your lower half. And then go ahead and place both of your hands on your heart. So on your back, you're in this reclined tree pose, this grounded tree pose. Take a few breaths here, gently opening up your hips. Good morning to those of you who just joined us on Facebook. Letting that left hip externally rotate open as the left knee reaches down towards the floor. Hey Kerrie, good morning. You gonna flow with us today? Love when my friends join our classes. Invite your friends too. This is some collective healing to keep us grounded during this COVID season. Now go ahead and slowly switch legs in your grounded tree pose. Stretch that right leg all the way out and then bend your left knee. Place the left sole of your foot inside of your right inner thigh. Maybe that left foot comes underneath the knee, wherever you are. Allow your entire spine to relax here in your reclined, grounded tree pose. And continue to take those deep breaths in and out through the nose. Shifting that focus internally, breath by breath. And from your grounded tree pose, go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together, lying on your back. Just letting the knees drift apart like pages of a book. We'll begin our breathing exercise. Before moving into this moving meditation. With your eyes closed, lying back in this reclined cobbler's pose, take a deep breath in. Fill up both of your lungs with your breath. Fill up your cage, fill up your chest. Retain your breath at the top, holding it, holding it. Open your mouth and let it go. Take a deep breath in, filling up the belly with your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth and release. Relax here for a moment in this reclined cobbler's pose. Just now feeling your breath. Notice those subtle movements in your body. Notice as you inhale now how your belly and your chest rises with breath. And notice how it releases as you exhale. Take a deep breath in, feel the belly, the rib cage in your chest rise. And as you exhale, feel it all soften and release. And right here in this reclined pose, set your intention for your practice. Let go of the past. And give yourself permission to stay right here in the now by noticing each inhale through your nose as the body lifts, and each exhale as you allow it to release. And then go ahead, draw those knees in together and bring them in towards your heart. And start to rock a little bit from side to side on your back. Draw a few circles in the ceiling. Give yourself a little back massage. Good, and then rock yourself back and forth, all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Good, and from your seat, take a deep breath in, circle your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Fill your lungs up, reach your arms and your eyes up, and then bring your palms together. Let the thumbs rest at your heart. And breathe through your nose. Just adding that little bit of movement might have made the breath move quickly. See if you can slow it back down. Take a deep breath in, filling up low belly. Fill up your rib cage and your chest. Exhale as you feel the chest and shoulders release away from your ears. Inhale as the spine lengthens, becoming upright. And exhale, feeling the shoulder blades move down back. If there's any moment throughout your practice, Chelsea and all our friends on Instagram and Facebook, you can come right back to sitting in this pose. Just sitting with your legs crossed is a gentle hip opener. Take a couple more deep inhales and exhales here. On your next breath in, fill up, lift your arms up, lift your gaze up, and stretch your whole body up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, take that right hand behind your hips, plant the hand into the floor, and take your left hand to your right knee, and twist from your navel. Peek over your right shoulder, and use that right arm as a kickstand to straighten your spine. Notice where your shoulders are in space and drop them away from your ears. And on your next inhale, fill up the belly, fill up the chest, reach the arms up, look up, and change sides. Plant the left hand down and take the right hand to your left knee. Peek over your left shoulder and straighten up the back here. Breathing in as the frontal plane of your body expands with your breath, and breathing out as you twist from your navel. On your next inhalation, take a deep breath in, lift the arms, lift the heart and eyes. And as you exhale, start to come forward. Folding from the hips, reach your arms out in front of you. Start to inch your fingertips forward. Press your sitting bones back. Feel some weight in your hips, in your knees, so they come down towards the floor. And then lift your chin all the way out to your fingers. Take a deep breath in here, expanding your back with your breath. And as you exhale, fold all the way in here. Gently tucking your chin. One of those cheeks might want to lift off of the floor. See if you can continue to root through your sitting bones. So you feel that extension through your back. And you feel your hips start to gently open. As you inhale, inflate your belly and start to lift your body back up. And then change legs. Take that leg in the front towards the back. Good. Take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs up. Reach your arms up. Look up. Good. Take those twists again. Plant your right hand behind you. Take the left hand to your right knee and twist from your navel. Deep breath in as the spine lifts. And exhale, taking the gaze over the right shoulder. Fill your lungs up, come back through center. Fill up your belly, lift your arms as they float to the ceiling, and change sides. Take a few breaths in here. As you exhale, contracting your belly, So you can twist more from the navel. Good. Take a deep breath in, fill the lungs up, come right back through the middle, reach up, and start to fold forward, hinging from the hips in your seated forward fold. Inch your fingertips out, reaching the chin out by the fingers, and as you exhale, fold all the way in here. You can always place some blocks or blankets underneath your head so there's no strain or pressure on your back or your neck area. And if you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can grab some blankets or you can grab some pillows. And just kind of let your head rest here. Take a deep breath in here. Feel the back expanding, back of the heart lifting. And as you exhale, releasing into your forward fold. And your next breath in, fill up your belly and allow your body to rise. Lift your arms up and make your way all the way onto your hands and knees. Take your time to get there. Some of you, if you have any knee issues, I encourage you to stay in a seated position. Or if they're just a little tender, you can grab a yoga blanket and put that under your knees for support. So go ahead from here, take those knees out to the corner of your yoga mat, Chelsea. Bring your big toes together and have a seat on your heels or back. For some of us, this may be a lot. If you have tight hips or anything going on with your knees, you can grab a block or a blanket. Everyone else, sit back on your heels, preparing for child's pose. And let your forehead come down to the floor, or down to a block, or down to a blanket. You know what, Chelsea, you might need to scoot back so people can see you. Chelsea has a lot of big, beautiful curls, and that's all I see in her camera right now is her hair. But that's cool. They can still see you, so that's good.
Okay.
Good. Take 5 more breaths here in your child's pose. And know that you can come here, or you can come to a seated position. Anytime you find your mind moving away from this intention, to let go of the past and be present right here in the now. Letting the mind rest on the inflow of your breath and the outflow of your breath. And on your next inhalation, press into your palms and slowly rise up to your hands and knees. Good. As you exhale, start to round your spine. Tuck your chin towards your chest in cat pose. Good. I'll turn to the side so you can see me a little bit here. And as you inhale, fill your lungs up, expand your rib cage in opposite directions. Lift your heart in your cow. Good. Exhale, round your spine in your cat pose. Send the center of your spine towards the ceiling. Good. And if you're in that seated position, fill up, lift your heart up. As you exhale, round your spine, release your breath in your head. And as you inhale, inflate the belly, the ribs, the chest, and lift your heart. Take a few more of these cat and cows at your pace. I just want to scoot up and see our comments on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, thanks, Breezy. Actually, Chelsea, who is our yoga model today, recommended some hair stuff for me, which is called TGIN. Thank God it's natural. Thanks, Chelsea. Thanks, Bree. Take a few more cat and cows here, guys. Good. Just starting to link your breath and your movements. And on your next inhalation, make your way to a stable table here. Make your back nice and flat. Spread your fingertips far apart and start to fold your toes under. See that those fingers start to act like they have muscles in them, which they do. So you want to grip your mat with your fingers. You may stay right here on your knees or start to lift your hips all the way up towards the ceiling. in downward facing dog. If you're in downward dog, keep a slight bend in your elbows and start to walk your legs. Bend one knee while the other leg straightens. And look between your knees or at your navel. Taking any weight or pressure off your neck, your head, and then shake your head right and left, yes and no. Even if you're on those knees, let your hips move from right to left. Shake your head right and left, and just start to let go here. This is your practice, your hour for the next 60 minutes. And then go ahead from here, start to lift the knees or lift the heels and bring your feet forward. So you're folding in half at the top of your yoga mat. Good. Look between your knees or at your navel and catch opposite elbows here. For our first forward fold, you just want to kind of hang out. Create some length, stretching out the low back. Let those elbows even sway from side to side. Just starting to physically let go here. Maybe putting some movement in the knees. Do what feels good for you this morning. Just let it flow. Let that breath start to flow. Whichever position you find your body in. And then release your fingertips down to the floor. Bring your hands to your shins and lift halfway. Flatten out your back. Roll your shoulder heads back so you get this extension of your hamstrings in your back. As you exhale, fold back in. Bring your heart down to your thighs. Root through the feet, and as you inhale, stand tall. Fill your body up. Lift your arms up. Lift your eyes up. I think me and Chelsea are going to have to adjust so people can see us. Take a big breath in. Lift your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Take a moment here and close your eyes. Notice if the lips are open. Or if you're breathing quickly. And notice that breath again as it flows in. Lifting your heart, and as it flows out, releasing it. Release the hands down by your sides. Inhale as you circle your arms all the way up. Reach the arms up. Catch your left wrist and stretch your body over to the right side of the room. Good. Notice if you're kind of caving forward and see that you come back, bring the shoulder back, and maybe look up beyond your left elbow. Inhale, come back through center, rooting through the four corners of your feet, and change sides. Catch your right wrist and stretch over to the left, gazing up past that right elbow or right bicep, drawing the shoulder blade back. Inhale, come back through center, lift your body and your gaze. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from your hips, peek between your knees or at your navel. Take an inhale. Lift halfway up. Flatten out your back again. Nice. Plant your hands and come down to your hands and knees. Take your time to get there. You ate your breakfast or your breath is steady. Go ahead and come to the top of a plank, right? The top of a push-up. If you're in that plank, or even if you're on your hands and knees, see that your hips are parallel with your shoulders, right? You don't want your hips to be sagging down here so we can protect your shoulders and your rotator cuffs. Take another deep breath in here, Chelsea. As you exhale, slowly lower down. Let your elbows shave the sides of your body as you lower with control. Good. Press your toenails down. As you inhale, start to lift the ribs up, then the heart. Good. Keep the elbows in here in cobra pose. Exhale, press into the palms. Use the strength of your arms to come to your table or right to downward facing dog. You always have choices in these asanas, which are yoga postures. You can take any variation you like. The most important thing you do on your mat today or any day is to take these balanced breaths through your nose. To stay present in your body. Take 2 more breaths here in the stable table or in your downward facing dog. And we'll move through one more round of this variation of Sun Salutation A together. On your next inhale, lift your heels up or your knees and bring your feet all the way up to your hands. Take a breath in and lift up halfway, expanding your belly as you lift. Exhale, fold forward, contracting the belly as you fold. Ground through the feet. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Stretch the body tall. And bring your palms down to your heart center. Resetting. Breathing in as your heart rises. And breathing out as you release and let go. Inhale, circle your arms up. Fill your body up with this gift of breath. Catch the left wrist and stretch over to your right. Then come back through center, fill up, reach up, look up, and change sides. Good, inhale through the nose, reach up. Maybe create these goalpost arms and arch from the back of the heart, open up, fold forward, and reach all the way down to your toes, or in that direction. The hands may come to a block or a blanket here, and as you lift, peek forward halfway, expanding the belly. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, and come on down to your hands and knees or the top of a plank here. Take a huge breath in. Exhale as you slowly lower down, letting the elbows shave the sides of your body, contracting the abdominal muscles as you lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Get a baby back bend here, or maybe you come into a cobra, lifting your heart, and come to table pose or downward facing dog, and take 5 deep breaths in and out. In downward dog, see that you're engaging your quads, lifting them up and back, driving the heels down towards the floor. Good. In your downward dog, look at your belly or between your knees so there's no pressure on your shoulders or your neck. And if you're out hanging out with me on the knees, continue to breathe. You want to feel the action in your abdomen. Take one more deep breath in here. Watch your belly fill with breath. As you exhale, feel it contract. Take a breath in, lift the knees or the heels, then walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Take your time to get there. Fill the lungs as you rise, lifting halfway up, and then fold forward again, root through the feet. Take a huge breath in, reach your arms all the way back up towards the ceiling, and bring the palms down at your heart. You might notice yourself getting a little warm now. Take a deep breath in through the nose, cooling the inner rings of your nostrils. Exhale, press the warm breath out of your nose. Keep that focus in, even as we start to feel these external sensations. Take another deep breath here in mountain pose. And as you exhale, release the hands by your sides. Circle your arms all the way up and take those side bends at the pace of your breath. So you guys might notice that Chelsea and I start to move at different paces. Well, we encourage that. So if you're practicing at home with someone, it's okay if they're on their right side and you're on your left. Reach up, look up, and then fold forward. We want to move breath by breath at our own pace. Good. Lift up halfway with the flat back. Good. Sorry about that, guys. I had a notification. Lift up halfway. Good. Exhale, slowly lower down to your chest. Take your time to get there. Big breath in as you scoop the heart up. And exhale to your table or your downward facing dog. And breathe through your nose here. Hold your table or your downward dog without holding your breath. And then go ahead and lift that right leg all the way up and back behind you. Take your time stretching the right leg up. Flex your right foot so your hips are parallel with your thighs. Good. Then start to draw the knee in towards your chest. And slowly bring that right foot up between your hands. Welcome to all the people that just joined us on Facebook. See that your right foot is firmly planted in the yoga mat. And then maybe you scooch that left knee back a little bit until you begin to feel a stretch in the groin. There you go, Chelsea. And make sure that your knee is over the ankle. Right? So there's like this 90-degree bend at the knee. Slowly start to come up and let the hands come to your hips. Now, if this is too much, go ahead, bring your hands down to a block. If you need a little more, you can lift your hands up to the ceiling. That's the direction we're moving in, this kneeling crescent. Good. Here, breathe. Start to feel your hips gently open here. And this variation of Anjayasana. You can also let the hands rest at the top of your knee here as you lunge into that right knee. Good. Take a deep breath in here, lifting your chin up, lifting your heart. And as you exhale, slowly surround that right foot. Come back to your hands and knees or right to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let your right foot flow all the way up and back behind you. And as you exhale, bring your left foot up between your hands. Take your time in getting there, and then begin to inch your right knee back. Again, creating that space, that stretch in the inner thighs. And then once your left foot feels firmly rooted in the mat, go ahead and bring the hands to the hips, bring the hands to the top of the knees, or bring your hands to the top of a block. Wherever you are, begin to feel that stretch in the hips. This is the area we're looking to open today, and strengthen and stretch. Good. Slowly release. Bring your hands around your left foot and come on down to your hands and knees. Good. Take a deep breath in here and lower down with control. Take your time. Take a deep breath in, inflate your chest as it rises up towards the ceiling. And exhale, make your way to your downward facing dog. Or to that stable table pose, pressing the hands into the earth, breathing in and out through your nose. So whether you're here or here, take 3 more breaths through your nose. And we're going to build slowly onto this hip opening flow. Go ahead, lift your right leg all the way up and back behind you. And then go ahead and step that right foot all the way up between your hands. This round, you may opt to lower the left knee down, or you can lift the left knee up this time and pivot your left heel down. So Chelsea, maybe you lift that left knee up, or maybe you keep it down. Yogi's choice. If your knee is up, plant the heel down, bring your hands to your hips, take a big inhale and lift your arms up towards the sky in warrior letter A. Bringing that right hip crease back and bringing your left hip crease forward. Good. Take a big breath in, lift the arms, lift the gaze as you lunge into your right knee. As you exhale, bring your right arm out in front of you and bring your left arm back behind you. And now turn that left foot out so it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. I'm going to move that leg over so you can see the way the foot is. And reach out. As you exhale, lunge into that right knee. Feel the inner thigh opening and starting to stretch. That tight area of muscles, ligaments, tendons. Let's lean into that and open up that tight space breath by breath. Now, if you have a block, I encourage you to grab it while you're in warrior letter B and place it on the inner arch of your right foot. If you don't need that block, keep hanging out in your warrior B. Go ahead and wrap your left arm behind your back. Stick your left hand in your right pocket, as if you had a pocket there. And then take a deep breath in and raise your right arm up and over your head in reverse warrior. Good. Deep breath in. Feel your ribs separating with your breath as you inhale. Exhale, release your right hand down to your block or take that right elbow to your right knee. Yogi's choice. Either let your elbow come down on the knee or let your hand come down on the block. Maybe your hand comes down on the floor. Let your breath indicate where your body goes. And then as you breathe in, let your left arm reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Feel those hips opening breath by breath as you lunge into the right knee. Good. On your next exhale, root through the four corners of your feet. Wrap your left arm behind your back. Take a big breath in, inflate the belly, and use it to rise. Back up to that reverse warrior. Right arm to the sky. As you exhale, surround your right foot and come on down to your hands and knees or to the top of a plank. And slowly, slowly lower your body down to the ground. Slow as you can with control so you engage your abdominal muscles here as you lower. Nice job, Chelsea. Take a deep breath in, lift your heart up, get a little back bend, and exhale to your table pose or downward facing dog, yogi's choice. You may even take the knees apart and come to a restorative child's pose. Take what you need for 2 more breaths through your nose. Breathe in and watch some part of your body expand with this life-giving breath. And as you exhale, watch some part of your body release. Go ahead and lift that left leg up and back behind you. Good. Then from your table or downward dog, step the left foot in between your hands. Good. You can keep the right knee down, or you can lift that right knee up and pivot the right foot down. Good. If your leg is up, go ahead and move into warrior letter A. So Chelsea, can you lift that right leg up? Excellent. Pivot your right heel down so it's flat on the floor, and then start to reach your arms all the way up towards the sky in warrior letter A. Good. Lunge into that left knee so your left knee is bent. Bring that right hip forward so your right foot is at a 45-degree angle when you're in warrior letter A. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open to letter B. Stretch your left arm in front and then turn that right foot out. Good. So now it's even with the back edge of your mat. And open up here, rooting the tailbone down, scooping the low belly in and up as you exhale. And then wrap your right arm behind your back. Fill the lungs up and reach your left arm all the way up and over. Still lunging in your left knee, taking that left knee out towards your left big toe or middle toe. And as you exhale, let that left hand come down to a block, or you can take your left elbow to your left knee, whichever way is best for you. And then reach your right arm up towards the sky. Imagine at the wall behind you, you can stick your shoulder blades on it. So instead of reaching forward, you're opening up your heart as you open up those hips and lunge into your left knee. Hey, Marcy. And as you exhale, wrap the right arm behind your back. Take that big breath in and reach your left arm all the way up and over in that reverse warrior. Exhale, surround your left foot with both of your hands and drop your right knee down to the yoga mat. Now we're going to take a juicy pose and really get into these hips. Inch your left foot over to the left corner of your mat, Chelsea. Good. And then take that right knee back another few inches and walk your hands forward a palm front. For some of us, this might already be a really intense stretch. I want you to hang out right here and breathe, which is perfect. If you need a little more, go ahead and grab a block, grab some blankets, and go ahead and put that underneath your elbows. You can use one block, or you can use 2 blocks if they're the same size. And come down to the elbows. Or if you're really warmed up this morning, or you're feeling very flexible, you can come down to your elbows like Chelsea. And from here, peek at your navel, or just take a gentle gaze forward in humble warrior. And breathe deeply through your nose here. Taking those 3 count breaths. Notice if there's any tension or pressure around the neck. See if you can let that go by releasing your gaze. They call our hips the junk drawers of our body. They say we hold a lot of stuff here, a lot of pent up emotions, negative ones in particular. We just walk around with the stuff in our body. So trauma, bad experiences, COVID-19 might be making the body tight, intense. But this is that opportunity to let go of the stuff we've been storing, to release, finding this release in the tight spaces in our bodies. See if you can find 5 more deep, balanced breaths here. Chelsea, I love how you're using that pillow, demonstrating that you don't have to have yoga blocks. You don't have to have anything in particular to give your body a little bit of support in these poses. Take 3 more deep breaths through your nose. And on that last one, take a huge inhale, visualize the breath moving into this tight space, stretching it out. And exhale as you release into it. Good. Slowly come up to your hands if you're not already there. And take your left knee back to meet your right. Move your hips from side to side. Maybe that becomes a downward facing dog where you're pedaling the feet. Just go where you need to go to bring that blood back into your left hip crease. And then go ahead from your knees or from your downward dog, lift your right leg up and back. And then start to step your right foot all the way up between your hands. Good. Then start to inch the left knee back. Make sure you have some space there so you start to feel that stretch in your inner thighs. And then go ahead, grab your blocks or your blanket or your pillow if any of that felt good on the other side or if you have really tight hips. And then bring your right foot on the outside of your hands in your block. Good. And start to come forward. Maybe you stay here on your hands, just feeling that nice stretch through the thighs, or maybe you start to come down to your block or your blocks or your pillow. Making your way into this hip opener. Humble warrior. Allow the chin to soften down towards the chest. And on this side, see if you can turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Releasing the hands. Just giving yourself permission to surrender to whatever you're feeling in this moment. Maybe it's some discomfort on and off this mat. But in this moment, we're working to just accept how we feel right here, right now. Just being that observer of our breath as we let go of all our other roles and responsibilities in this moment. Take 5 more deep, balanced breaths here through your nose. Cleaning out that junk drawer where we're storing things, breath by breath. Now slowly, after your 5th exhalation, inhale and rise up to your hands if you're not already there. Take your right knee back to meet your left. Good. With the hands planted in your stable table, move the hips from side to side, bringing that blood back into the opposite hip. Good. And then go ahead, make your way into a seated position. Take your time to get there. We'll do a little counter pose for those with Janu Shirshasana. Take the sole of your right foot and place it inside of your left inner thigh. Turn your body towards the left leg. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, reach out to catch your left knee. Maybe it's your left shin or your left ankle or your left foot. Take a breath in, extending your chin all the way out to your toes. So you feel that stretch in your back and in your hamstrings. And as you exhale, fold forward. This is one of those poses where you get to feel lots of things opening and stretching. Hips, back, hamstrings. See if you can take 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale, fill your body and let it rise with your breath. And change sides. Extend your right leg out and then bring the sole of your left foot in. Turn your whole body towards that right leg and see that you're grounded here. Flex your right foot and lift your arms up. Reach up. And exhale, release your body. Catch your ankle, your shin, your foot, whatever's available for you. Take a breath in, extend your chin all the way out to your toes. And as you exhale, fold forward. Maybe this side, even letting the left ear reach down towards the right knee to deepen that extension in your back body. Take 5 more inhales through your nose and exhales through your nose here. Breath by breath, dissolving the tension and stress in our hips, our backs, and our legs. Inhale, start to rise back up. Bring the soles of your feet together now. Taking another gentle hip opener. If you ever have any back pain and you want to get more of a stretch through the low back, maybe you bring those hips or those heels in towards the groin. A lot of our back pain comes from tight inner thighs. But if you want more of a stretch, you just want to feel the entire back lengthen, take the heels away from you, creating this diamond type of shape with your legs. Whichever one you decide, take a deep breath in, sit upright, and as you exhale, start to come forward, pressing into the bunion part of your toes with your heels. Lift your chin out towards the toes And as you exhale, fold all the way in. Again, always using those home props that you have. So maybe you use a pillow, maybe you grab some blocks, grab what you got, and get comfortable in this passive pose. It's finding a position where you can let go and maintain that internal focus. As you watch the breath flow into your body, and as you watch the breath flow out of your body. And in that moments of silence, when you notice the mind wandering around, gently wheel it back inside and watch your breath. Take 3 more complete breaths here in the seated forward fold. And on that next inhale, inflate the body and start to rise back up. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Take your time to extend them out. Shake it out. Okay. And slowly make your way down to your backs. Take your time to get there. Don't rush. Use your elbows to support you on the way down. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see how we move into these positions on our back. Take your bend your knees here, and take your right ankle right on top of your left knee. As we prepare for a reclined pigeon for a couple of breaths. Good. And from here, maybe press that right knee away from you. That might be enough and all you need right now, which feels really nice and comforting. Or you can go ahead and weave your right hand through your legs and catch right underneath your left thigh. And then take that left hand right underneath your left thigh. There you go, Chelsea. And moving into this reclined pigeon. Hug the knee in towards the body to feel more of a stretch through the outer thigh. And we'll talk more about our adductors and abductors in hips part 2 tomorrow, where we do maybe a full pigeon along with this reclined pigeon. And let's go ahead, change sides, release the bind, lower the feet down, and then place your left ankle on top of your right knee. And for some of us, just gently pressing on that left knee might be enough, which feels really nice and still gives you that opening sensation in the hip flexors. Then go ahead, if you need more this morning, take your right hand between the legs and then place it outside of that, or your left hand between the legs and place both hands underneath that right knee. Good. And start to draw the right knee in towards your body. And to our friends on Instagram, the video might cut off right at an hour. But don't worry, hold the pose that you're in, keep breathing. If that happens, we'll be right back. Good. Take a few more breaths here into those tight spaces, gently opening them. Opening that junk drawer and cleaning it out, breath by breath. Good. Slowly release, lower the feet down to the floor, and windshield wiper your legs from right to left. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees drift apart. And we're going to end class similarly to how we started, only feeling a lot freer and open. Reach your hands over your head. Take a deep breath into the belly, into the rib cage, into the chest, and let it go. Allowing gravity to just release the knees down to the floor and let the shoulders melt into your mat. Today, this reclined cobbler's pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, will be our final pose, our resting pose. If you prefer to move into that traditional Shavasana, feel free to extend the legs and take that variation. Otherwise, allow the eyes to close. The entire face soften. Return to your natural rate of respiration. Allow yourself to just be. Notice how you feel exactly in this moment. Just breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Just letting everything go in this moment. And then start to draw your knees together on your next inhale. Hug the knees in towards your chest. You're going to rock from side to side, all the way up until you're in a seated position. Take your time to get there. I'm going on our Instagram real quick to go back live again with folks. Meet in a seated position, sitting comfortably. Take a deep breath in. Reach your arms all the way over your head, filling your lungs up. And as you exhale, bring the palms together at your heart. Taking one last moment here to shift completely inwards. Letting go of the past and tuning into the present with its complete and total breath awareness. On your next inhale, fill up your whole body with breath. As you exhale, let it all go. The light in me bows to that same light in you. Namaste. Thank you all for being here with us on Instagram and on Facebook this morning. And also thanks for just being flexible. Hey Chelsea, welcome back. I appreciate you joining us this morning, sharing your practice with us. And if you're on Facebook, I'm talking to Chelsea, who beautifully demonstrated intensifications of the poses this morning. So again, thank you, Chelsea. And all of those who joined us. These classes were originally scheduled to end this Wednesday, but amazingly, they're going to continue, and we'll have classes up till Wednesday, then again on Friday, and then thereafter Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. So look forward to seeing everybody there again, and yeah, thanks, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.